Lord, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to your children. Okay. So, Secret Society reading. What do you want us to know? Excuse me. A message to the secret societies. I feel two more. Alright, so without further delay, let's bring these messages. So behind me is my mobile hair washing sink. Starting all over again from scratch. It is what it is. At the bottom of the deck, we got forced. Okay? So, messages to the secret society. Secret society is collective secret society reading, okay? Okay. The subject matter of this part of the message is force. So we got uneducated. Oh my God, God says y'all are dumb. And the bottom of the deck we got ignorance. Ignorance. So to the secret societies, God wants you guys to know that what you think you know, you actually don't know. And you need to admit that you're just trying to figure shit out as you go along. And stop acting like you know everything, because the truth is, this is a learning experience for you. You are uneducated in these matters. You're learning as you go along. Admit it. Okay? And the underlying issue is your ignorance, your lack of knowledge. Okay? So, dear secret society peoples, acknowledge that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? It'll help you. So, we got ignorance, and we got sensible, rich, self-mastery, foolish, fearful, vain, unconfident. So what I'm getting here is like y'all are doing what you're doing for all the wrong reasons. Okay? The things that you've been working so hard to accomplish in your secret societies, okay, you have put them down as self-mastery, but the truth is, it's all nonsense. It's foolish, you're fearful, and you're vain. So it's like you feel like you're the top of the class based on nothing. Okay? What you should really be is having several seats. You need to come down, because the higher up you go, the further down the fall is. So the truth is your friend in this situation. The sooner you can admit the truth to yourself, you would be better off. Because the truth of the matter is, real richness is in one's sensibilities. To be sensible is to be rich. Because everything starts with the mind. It's all about the psychology of life. Our relationships with one another start with psychology. Our relationship with money start with psychology. Our relationship with nature is start with psychology. Our relationship with God is the psychology of the matter. So you need information. You don't have information. And because you don't have much information, that's the reason why you're not very successful in your efforts. Okay? Because you're going after the wrong things. What you should be going after is wisdom, sensibility. That's true richness. But instead you're going after money, power, sex, material things. And you have no sense. So if you get a whole bunch of money right now and you don't have no sense, you know what's going to happen? You're going to lose that money. You're going to use that money in all the wrong ways, and eventually that money is going to finish and you're going to have to start from the bottom again. And it's not like my situation where somebody knock you down. You be doing that to yourself because you're so irresponsible. So whatever it is that you get, if you're doing what you're doing to get a person to start a group or whatever, because you know so little, you're gonna lose it. That's what God is saying. So what you should really be focusing upon, secret societies, is gaining wisdom. The fact that so many of you together in a group, it should make it easier for you guys to pull your mental resources together so that you can understand what you're actually working with. Because the truth of the matter is, we don't get to dictate what life is. Life already is what it is. We need to understand what life is. You see? So you guys are working backwards basically. You think you can make life into whatever you want it to be. But the truth is, life is already something. We need to understand that something and work with that something. And then you see your efforts being successful. So, real self mastery is to gain wisdom, not money, not power, not position, not having the ability to manipulate people at will, and all these secondary things. It starts with real, because at the end of the day, you have to understand how the rules of life, not of the land, the rules of life, alchemy, you have to understand how the rules apply to the things that you do or don't do. There are rules in place already. It's not about the physical realm, there are spiritual laws that need to be recognized and respected. Okay? So real richness is your sensibility. See it. So let's get your next message. First thing you have to start with is the knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, you're gonna keep like bumping into the same problems and experiencing the same difficulties over and over again. So it's like without knowledge, your eyes are closed. You're going somewhere, but you can't see. You can't see. So if you can't see, the possibilities of you running into difficulty are quite large. Okay. So if that's what you're experiencing with your secret society, is because first of all, you're not recognizing the rules that are in place, the spiritual laws that are in place. You're not recognizing them, let alone respecting them or honoring them. You have no respect for the laws have no respect for you. You have to know the laws and let the laws work for you. Stay within the parameters or perimeters. Is that the word? Let me educate myself. Hold on. So when I say parameters, I don't know if it's parameters or perimeters, but it's like staying within legal spaces. Yeah, parameter. A limit or boundary which defines the scope of a particular process or activity. Yeah, so it's parameters. Yeah. So nobody can cross it, cross it. Don't cross the line. Don't cross the borderline. And you will win every time. Well, every time you're meant to. Because sometimes we think that we want something or someone when God knows, yeah, trust me, you don't want that something or someone. And nothing that we do or say or don't say can ever get us that something or someone. And it's rejection is our God's protection. So, like I said, we need to understand the spiritual laws and we need to relate to them accordingly. There's a system already in place, a system of life already in place. Ignoring it isn't going to help you in establishing new systems. Whatever system you establish will always be subject to the original systems, because God is the original Dan Dada. You see. God don't bend to you. You bend to God. See it? Because I'm being told to show you it like this. It's like fire is an original foundational principle, right? Have you ever seen cold fire? Have you ever touched fire and it's cold? Some things are just how they are at their core, and we have to then build ourselves and our mindsets around it. You can't make fire cold. If you make fire cold, it's no longer fire, is it? Fire is hot. It just is what it is. And once you know what you're working with, as in the case of fire, you know how to manipulate it, you know how to relate to it. You know, if you get this close, that's gonna happen. If you're this far, that's gonna happen. You know? So the laws, the spiritual laws, are like that type of principle. Fire hot, water wet. Water no longer being wet means ice. It's still water, but it's in a different form. So it's no longer wet. It's ice now. So if water falls from the sky as ice, it won't wet you as fast as the soft water that falls from the sky. You see? And that's why we have different names for these things, because they're different. Although they're built of this, they're made up of foundational same, but they're different. They react different. So when you want to look at this from a spiritual or psychological perspective, here's the example. Fighting somebody out of self-defense, or fighting somebody out of offense. Same fight, different principles or different laws, different rules, different outcomes will apply. You see? So when it comes to like spells and manipulation and all the things that secret societies do, your intention behind your action determine the outcome. So we are always in the court of law, the court of spiritual law. We dwell in that realm all day, every day. Accounts are being taken of our actions, our inactions, our thoughts. Okay? We're alchemists naturally, and we're alchemizing life all day, every day. That's all we do. We make magic. We make stuff. Okay? But there are rules, there are principles that we should be building around, depending on the outcome that we're looking for. So you can't say you want love, but you show and express nothing but hate. Even if the person loves you at that time, eventually they get tired of the hate and tired of you. It's simple mathematics, really. Magic is science. Science is established principles. Scientists go in the lab, they don't get to make things what they want. They have to study what is and work with what is according to how what is actually works. Magic is like that. I hope you're understanding me. Because if you can mix two compounds, it's because they were mixable in the first place. So it's for you to understand what is or what can, and follow the guiding, follow the teaching that the elements are offering to you. Humans like to see themselves as truly supreme. Somebody lied to us in the Bible and told us that, yeah, we the highest of the highest, but we're not. We're subject to the rules and the laws. We don't get to make shit. Yeah. There are principles that govern life. There are principles that govern magic. There are rules, there are laws that need to be recognized. You not recognizing them don't mean that they're gonna change for you. So we would do well to really understand what the fuck we're fucking with. Because you know how much magic has been used on me, and I'm still here, like, ta-da! Why is that? Welcome to university. The universe is just a giant university. We should be learning. But we're not taught to understand that we should be here learning. Because when we're born, we're basically born a blank page, a blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? Virtually, not completely, but we're mostly blank. And then we come into this world and there's so many different things to see and whatnot that we know absolutely nothing about. So that means every step of our way is a learning process. Is a learning task. And the fact that we're older, it doesn't mean that learning stops. It just means that we've learned a lot if we've been paying attention through our former years. But the learning continues. It's the same thing. We're older now, but now we're getting into new shit. We need to learn about the new shit. It's still a learning process. But we get into stuff and we want to act like we already know everything. We don't. We don't. So that's the first thing that God wants to tell you people. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all need to start acting like you don't know shit and start actually paying attention to the shit you fucking with so you can understand the shit. You right? Right. Alright, so the bottom of the deck, we got searching. Okay. Oh. And that's why the force card came up at the bottom of the first deck, is because y'all are forcing shit. It's not supposed to be that hard if you're doing it right. So the subject matter of this part of your message is searching. Let's continue. So searching was the subject matter of this part of your message. The card that came out is danger. Let's see the underlying issue. Safety. Work, romance. Prayer works. Pay raise. A return. Congratulations. So you're looking for success, but all you keep getting is conflict. Conflict. Danger. So what you got in your mind and what you actually get as a result, they don't match. A pay raise in your case would be a return on your investment, aka it's like I went to the machine, I put in my coins, I wanted a bag of crisp, and I pressed the number that they say to get the bag of crisp, but for some reason I got a drink instead. That means there are wires crossed somewhere. Sorry, my nose again. Okay? So your eyes are seeing one thing, but behind the scenes, what you're not seeing is there's something else going on. And you need to know what the hell is going on if you want to be successful with what your eyes are seeing. Okay? So, you're searching for returns, but all you get is danger. Why is that? Okay? You want to say congratulations to each other, but all you get is conflict instead. And then we got new clients coming in and personal drama. So more drama. And then I got options, a new manager, competition, changing the rules, But still nothing's working. You still hate your motherfucking secret society job. The shit ain't working. You got new business, promotion, advertising, networking, more conflict, office politics. Do you see a pattern here? That's because you're not acknowledging the rules that you actually need to acknowledge. Oh, I need to clean off these cards before. You're so annoying. We're gonna put your ass on the side. We're gonna put your ass on the floor. I'll get to you soon. Do you have some nasty surprises for me too? Let's find out. Alright, let's get your next message, Secret Society peoples. Let's see what else God wanna tell you. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we got ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Union being union with your aims and objectives. Union could also be talking about the new people you're going to be working with. Union could also be referring to you actually acknowledging the principles that you should be acknowledging and respecting them as such. The governing principles, the spiritual governing principles that lords over alchemy. So, ascending, rising. Let's see. Okay. So we got kisses and passion, but they were in the reverse, so let's just check to see how they're meant to be interpreted in this reading. It feels more correct like this. Okay, so it's meant to be in the reverse, it was not a mistake. So there will be no kissing and there is no passion. Okay? So ascending, yeah, it's not working. So kisses says unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. You see that? Giving and receiving. So there's a lot of trying to take, but what are you giving? So that's it in the upright. In the reverse, there's no unconditional love. There's no giving and receiving. And that's where you're going wrong. And we have the passion card. It says insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. You don't like each other equally. You and the magic that you're performing, you don't like each other equally because the magic wants to respect you, but you don't want to respect it. The rules are here to care for you, but you don't care for the rules. And that's why ain't nothing happening. So we got self-indulgence. It says focus on self. That's your problem. Self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So yeah, you're self-indulgent. You are careless. You think that you could just do anything any old how and get what the fuck you want. Life doesn't work that way. And we have slipped into a new era in the human story where different rules apply. Where people used to get by doing wicked shit, God has cut all that out. The season for doing so is over. So I don't know if you got the memo, but God is really like running a tighter ship in this season because it's our turn. God says, all right, my evil children, you had your time. Now step aside and let your other brothers and sisters have a go. You had your time to make hell on earth. You did a great job, by the way. Wonderful. Okay, step back and let your brothers and sisters show you how to make heaven on earth now. Because you don't even know what heaven truly is. Y'all think that heaven is boring. Hmm? That's because that's what you've been taught. But heaven is like, heaven is like, how can I say? First of all, heaven is related to hell. But heaven is like having the best of heaven and hell. Well, what you people have concluded is hellish behavior, anyway. So heaven is having the best of both worlds, really. Because the only rules that apply in heaven is no destruction. Don't destroy yourself, don't destroy each other. And ye harm none, do as ye will. That is heaven. And ye harm none, do whatever you so will. But y'all be trying to harm people, innocent people. Y'all be using your collective consciousness and your collective abilities to harm persons who don't deserve it. Once upon a time that worked, but we're in a season in the human story where that shit doesn't work. If you didn't get the memo, now you got it. If you don't believe me, test the theory. Pay attention in class. Okay? So yeah, we got self-indulgence. You're all about yourself. Selfishness. Toxic selfishness. Because there's a selfishness that's, we can work with it. But there's a selfishness that's just like ridiculous. That's where you're at with it. So we got date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan or set a date. So, self-indulgence. Okay, I see what you did there. Shout outs to Brain Jotter. Yeah, so what God is saying is you need to connect with a new version of yourself. So the someone new that you should be meeting is the new you, the winner you, the up to the time you, up to date you, up to date you. Yeah, but yeah, there's a call for uh, a mental rehaul. Yeah, you need to sort out your mental. Your data bank is all fucked up. That's the wires in the machine where you tried to get a crisp and you got a drink instead. It's because your wires are all crossed and shit. So God is saying you need to focus on yourself, but in a positive way. Meeting the new you. Okay? Getting back to basics. The underlying issue is talking. So you need to start to talk to yourself. You need to reestablish your data. Talking, data, information. Okay? That's the underlying issue. How are you talking to yourself? What's in your data bank? The things that we believe can either make us or break us. And right now, what you believe is breaking you. It's breaking your organization. You can't make progress because you don't know what the fuck you're working with. So the talking card says, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering, telepathic messages, all these things. Okay? So you need to talk to yourself. And then we got stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. So the way you've been talking yourself up to now has only been hurting yourself because you don't have the right information. Okay? You don't have as much power as you think you do. Remember, the power is not within us. The power is within the universe. God is the one with the power. When we want certain things done, we have to apply to God, apply to the universe, apply to the higher power to get it done. We are not the magicians. We are representatives. We are instruments of the magician. The only time that we can conjure something and it actually go the way that we want it to go is if we are in alignment with the source. We're not the one with the power. We are nothing. We are nobodies. I couldn't come on here and do these readings if I didn't have authority to do so, if I wasn't granted the power to do so by the higher power. And even if I pull the right cards, I could be reading it wrong if I wasn't granted authority to read the cards. God would let me pull the right cards and say all the wrong shit. Interpretation, information, it matters. So God is saying, up till now you've been talking to yourself wrong. So it's time for you to start to talk to yourself in the right way. You've been stabbing yourself in the back with the things that you've allowed yourself to believe about magic and what your secret society organization can and should do. And to whom. So we got you talking to yourself, stabbing yourself in the back, keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stands, all these kind of things and more. That's what you've been doing. It's like all your options are just wrong. God said you need to make healthy choices. It says making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. You need to make healthy choices instead of playing around with people. And you need to start with making healthier choices for yourself. See that? So we got karmic relationship followed by the mask. So you're not being true. And karmic, something that's karmic is something is you could learn from a karmic relationship. It's not very nurturing, but it teaches you. Karmic relationships are about lessons, not really being nurtured. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're never on the same frequency until like in the end when it comes to a karmic relationship. It's like one is going this way and one go that way, one going this way, one going that way, and then yet there's something pulling you together that you can't get away from each other. That's because there's something for you to learn. Once you learn what you're meant to learn, then you can freely go your own way. Or if you should come together, then you can freely come together in peace. So you have to be true to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop hurting yourself by applying these old rules to your organization, to your life, to your endeavors. Your shit don't work like that anymore. Okay? Badness out of style right now. That's what's up. So, either get up to date or get left behind. Okay? There's no choice in the matter. That's non-negotiable. Either get up to date or get left behind. I'm not saying that y'all need to be goody to shoes, but God says, and ye harm none, do as ye will. Y'all like the do as ye will part, but you forgot all about the harm none part. Do you think that we, the innocent people, are forever going to be your fucking prey? Do you think that God would forever just allow you to come in and hurt us and do us whatever the fuck you feel like because we are gentle souls? Then what would that make us think of the God that we serve? God don't want that type of reputation for itself. So right now is a time for God to restore its reputation by showing those who choose to serve it, those who choose to recognize it, those who choose to recognize the rules of life the way that God intended for them to be recognized, that it appreciates our effort. It appreciates our sacrifices, our suffering, our patience, our tolerance. Okay? It appreciates us learning, caring to learn what life truly is, what God truly is, who we truly are, how life should be lived. That will put a smile on God's face. It's our turn to be blessed, and that's just it. That's non-negotiable. So the success that you used to have doing dark shit, you won't have that anymore. If you're doing it on innocent persons, if you're doing it on people who don't deserve that shit, you won't be able to accomplish your goals anymore. We, the innocent, we, the good, we, the light workers, the healers, we, the positive, we're being protected, highly protected in this time. This is the part of the story where we get the victory. We, the good people, get the victory. So if you want to pick on somebody, go find the evil people them. Go find those who deserve to be punished. You have success over there. But when you're fucking with people who haven't done you any wrong, you gonna get fucked up. That's not how the rules go. You want to lock on your target on people who are breaking the law. Thief from thief make God laugh. Thief from innocent, hardworking people make God want to and do fuck you up in the end. Just expect a fuck up to come. Thief from thief make God laugh. That means if you steal from a thief, God will just laugh at you. That'll be like, yeah, that's funny. But if you want to steal from people who actually work hard and honest for their money, expect a fuck up. That's your gift. You shouldn't have done that. You get the money, but you won't be able to enjoy it. That's a guarantee. And God will provide a way for the victim to rise again. Always. Okay. Alright. At the bottom of the deck we got a blank card. That's the starting over card. Yeah. And look what's coming behind it. A useless spell. What you're doing is useless. You might as well start over. Blank card. It's blank on both sides. You might as well start over because your efforts are useless. Like we got come out. Laziness spell. The underlying issue is a fired spell. Confidence and intuition. All these things are off. Yeah, defamation. You're not seeing your confidence. You're not seeing your intuition the way that you should be. So it's like the answers are coming to you. You know what you're doing is wrong. Your conscience is talking to you, but you're choosing to call your conscience a liar. And if somebody in the group is telling you the actual rules, you're choosing to say, yeah, you're a liar. Because you intend to do what you intend to do. But what you're doing is useless. So God is saying you might as well quit. Laziness. You might as well quit. Fired. But yeah, you're saying that they're talking shit because you're addicted. You've got your mind set on what you're set on, and you intend to try it your way. When somebody with sense is trying to teach you sense, somebody who knows and understands the law is trying to teach you, yeah, your pride gets in the way. It's like, you can't teach me nothing. That's what you've been saying to somebody. And then you get fucked up. Injury spell. You can't hear, you will feel. Anger spell. Your lust for power, your lust for things, your lust for whatever. It's just a hallucination, God says. You're fooling yourself. You need to listen to the one that's telling you that you need to listen to your intuition. You need to listen to the one that's telling you law. They understand better than you. You who are so full. You need to listen. You need to listen to the one who's telling you law. Audible spell. You can hear them. But you're not listening. You tend to use denial. Denial is selective, you know. It happens quick, but we when it comes to denial, yeah, it's a choice. Being in denial is a choice. Yeah, we're gonna clean you off too. Almost forgot. So, let's see. What's your next message? Secret Society. Collective Secret Society reading. I guess you too. Okay. Oh, so we have a loss of libido, a loss of desire. God says, shut that shit down. You keep hurting yourself. Do it right or shut it down. Yeah. Loss of ability. The underlying issue is your loss of psychic abilities. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your conscience. You're not listening to all those little voices inside of you that be our guides. And that's been telling you you're not gonna succeed, but you're choosing not to believe it. You're like, I'm gonna try it anyway. And then you get fucked up. So your loss of psychic abilities is making you lose your status as well. So by you getting it wrong so many times, it's looking bad on your reputation. You've lost your magic. That's bad for business. Nobody's gonna want to hire you if you can't do what they think you can do. Because you keep talking big, but then you produce nothing. It's not a good look. Loss of status, loss of stability. So then you start doing more crap. Loss of bladder control. As you know, this is my medical deck, okay? And by you doing more crap, you lose your ability to move around some more. And then finally, people just start leaving you. There's a break. People like, I've had enough. I'm out of here. And even God has left you because God is like, this bitch ain't listening. This idiot isn't listening. You know? It's like this 1 year is the last cause. Let's leave this one here until he or she catch themselves. I beg. I don't have time to waste. Cause this is saddening. It's like, why are you hitting yourself? 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 God is like, oh, this is sad. Let's go. And you're just over there just hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? That's you. Because you choose not to respect divine law. You choose not to acknowledge your conscience, the guidance of your conscience and your intuition, or the guidance of the people in the group with you who understand what's happening. So you fuck your whole shit up, basically. Because you think that you're bigger than, and you're more powerful than, and you think that you've been here longer, and you don't get to tell me what to do. God says you're an idiot. Alright, so this is the last deck to bring you information from. And this is my little political deck, so I might have to translate, okay? But it'll make sense in a minute. But that's how God does. God can use any deck to convey the message that it wants us to receive. If only we have the understanding. Okay? So, let's see what God is trying to say with this deck. Whoa, excuse me. Of course I didn't eat breakfast. But that's why I have my tea. I'm almost finished here anyway. If you were to be around me in real life at some point, you will have to hear me burp, for real. You will have to hear me fart. You will have to hear me taking a shit in the toilet, you know, so it's like, it's a real life channel over here, okay? We are not like Babylon polishing up shit and trying to make you live in this illusion of perfection. No. Over here, you will get to know that you're dealing with real people, okay? And real life. I don't know how they do it on these professional news channels. You don't ever hear them burp. You don't ever see them sneeze. You don't ever, what else don't they do? They're always pristine and everything like that. And I do agree that there's a certain standard that should be upheld when you're in the eyes of the public. But I also believe in realness. And not fake realness like they bring it to us calling it reality TV. That's fake realness. I'm talking about real realness. Alright? So if you didn't know that shitting is natural, shitting is a natural bodily process. Okay? Eating is a natural body process. You know? Digestion is a natural bodily process. These are the parts of our superstar or idols or icons that we don't see. They don't ever show us that part of them. They don't ever show us when they're crying. They don't ever show us when they have problems. They don't ever show us when they need to take a shit. They don't ever show us when they need to have a bath because they stink. You know, we don't get to hear and see these, but that's the reality. Okay, so let's just shatter that illusion right now and know that any people you see, they're real people, no matter how glamorous they look. Okay, them BBLs, they shit too. Okay, right. Fanciest, sexiest woman you can think of, she shits too. Okay, she has to. when you don't shit, there's a medical name for that, and it's called constipation. And have you ever had constipation before? It's not a lovely event. Okay? So I'm trying to keep a respectable amount of natural body processes. I'm trying to keep the amount down. But I just want you to know I'm a real person with real issues. And the fight against me isn't a fair one. So the people on the fancy news channels, they're not met with, they're not being attacked with like these little particles that's on my cards, these little lint lookalikes. Again, they're not being attacked with weaponized lint lookalikes, these little particles that fly around and go on my face and go on my nose. You can't see them, but I can feel them bitches. And that's what's making me have to keep my wipe close by, and that's what makes my nose run, and I have to then blow my nose and shit like that. And it's like, if I have to suffer, then you have to suffer with me because you love me. Okay, so if I have to blow my nose, you're gonna have to watch me blow my nose. Okay, and I like it because it teaches me to blow my nose sophisticatedly. So even though I'm in public and I have to blow my nose, I don't want it to be all yucky, you know. Okay, so oh, let's see. I feel like it's done. I feel like I need to blow my nose again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay. Shit. These fancy news reporters, they don't have to worry about their sugar being sabotaged or their milk. Most of the time, they can have a cup of coffee, and it's a clean cup of coffee. You know, there's nothing in it to fuck with their womb. There's nothing in it to put them on a farting fest. Okay. So excuse me while I deal with the portion of life that I've been given. They don't have to worry about dry ass lips. So the shit that's in their sugar, they don't have to worry about that burning the top layer of the skin of their lips. They don't have to worry about that shit. If they're dry, it's because they have bad practices. Like maybe they do drugs and shit. I'm not that type of person. I don't do all these things. So, you know, I should have a very healthy, very functional body. But I don't, because I'm having help from these outside people to sabotage my body, thereby breaking me down uh, psychologically or emotionally, and then breaking me down physically and shit like that, because I'm just too good. That's because the rules to life are simple. It's not hard. It doesn't take a genius to understand what life is asking of you and fucking do it. So me, I do it, and that makes me fantabulous. And then these haters see my fantabulousness and they're like, ooh, I hate that bitch. She thinks she's too powerful. I want to hurt her. And then they set out to do shit to hurt me. Some of them want to own me. And they set out to do shit to kind of break me down so that they could manipulate me into situations where they could eventually own me. Man, fuck y'all. Okay, let's get back to it. I was born a winner. I was born a champion. And the little fuckeries that you do to me, you will not embarrass me. You will not make me think any less of myself. And if there's anybody around me who thinks less of me because of the dysfunctions that you have successfully manifested in my life, then that just shows me that they're idiots. They're shallow and they don't need to be in my inner circle. You see what I did there? So you're actually just helping me. That's called grand alchemy. So instead of trying to fight against life, I goes with the flow, make sensible decisions. It's like, okay, you thought that this would be a handicap. It's not. I actually should be thanking you. So thank you. You helped me to separate the substance from the fluff. See what I did there? I had this woman in my dream farting with me. Just she thought she would she thought that she was embarrassing me. She thought that I would be embarrassed because when I drink these things, when I consume these things that they've sabotaged, I do end up with some gases sometimes, excess amount of gas in my body, and I need to get that shit out because there's more room outside than there is inside, and I know if it stays inside by me being cute and that, I'm gonna feel sick, so I ain't doing that. I'm going to fart. Okay, this pretty bottom is going to, or however you want to do it, just let it rip. Okay. And yeah, she thought that she was embarrassing me. Bitch, you need to go lose some weight. Alright? You're fat. Okay? So focus on that. You're fat and you're a loser. And I'm sure I'm older than you and I look better than you. Check yourself. Stop minding my business. You and your dirty man. Y'all need to stay out of my dreams because y'all not as important to me as you think or would like to be. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Period. You or your man. You're both losers. See, the problem with y'all is y'all think that I'm like you. You people are afraid to fall. I'm not afraid of falling. The objective in life is not to not fall. The objective in life is to get the fuck back up. And that is something I am good at. I'm a professional get back upper by now because you people have knocked me down so many times. I've had a lot of practice at getting back up. And that's why I keep doing it. The objective in life is not to not fall. The objective in life is to not stay down. So at the bottom of the deck, we got the Curious card. This Curacao card comes out as curious. Okay? Alright. So this is your last message. The subject matter is being curious. Okay? It's like test it out and you'll see. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Secret society people. Dip your toe into the water. Don't immerse your whole body. You don't know what you're working with, you know? Test your theories before you actually invest in them. That would be the wiser approach. So even if you don't want to listen to the people around you, even if you don't want to listen to your conscience and stuff like that, just use your curiosity. Okay. So, interesting. We got Ukraine. Well, it's kind of in the reverse. Let me see. Okay, so it's in the reverse. Okay, what do I know about Ukraine? The Ukraine is actually being used against its own. So Ukraine and Russia are actually one. But there's an outside influence that has gotten to Ukraine, and they're basically using the Ukrainians against their brothers and sisters, the Russians. So if this is in the reverse, then God is like, don't be like that. Don't let outside forces put you against your people, because you are a secret society. You are a team. You are a collective. So God is saying, don't bring that type of, and the outside influence in this case is actually your own doubts, your pride, your reluctance to respect the voice that's within you telling you what is right, what is true. So that's the outside force. So you're actually weakening your secret society by being outright defiant and dismissive of the advice of people who actually care about you. The reason why they're on your team is because you people have something in common, and you're there to work together as a brotherhood or a sisterhood or a, a, a unisex hood to make things happen. So God is basically saying, don't alienate yourself from those who have pledged to be a helping hand in your life, a support system in your life. Because the truth is, life is better together. So if you have a secret society, it's in your best interest to try and maintain relations within that group. Remain as one. Okay? The underlying issue is the Arctic Council, sorry. So Arctic Council, Arctic represents coldness. You see that? So it's like you have to get together and make better choices for the collective, for the group. Okay? You are one. And you have a support system, don't destroy it, God is saying, by being stubborn, being unreasonable. Test out the theory. Respect the opinions of those who take it upon themselves to come and talk to you. You don't have to believe what they're saying, but deal with them in a more respectful manner. and test out the theory for yourself, because things have truly changed. The rules are the rules, and no matter how powerful of a magician you are, you cannot rewrite the rules, you cannot bend the rules to fit you. Okay? So those who choose to come to you and talk to you, they're actually trying to save you. And as you guys are a collective, perhaps anything that happened to you actually affects the group as a whole. So it is in their best interest to keep you in a strong place, because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So if everybody in the group is strong, then you have a very strong group. But wherever that weakness is, just know that that is gonna be the crack and the beginning of your downfall of your group. Okay, so if you want to preserve your secret society, then you need to check your attitude. You need to check your intuition. You need to like come down off your high horse. Okay, nobody's better than anybody, because at the end of the day, you are a collective thinking for a reason. If you could do it by yourself, you wouldn't be in a group with a bunch of other people. So if you want to be dismissive of other people and rude to them, then you don't need to be in a group. You need to be out in the world doing your fuckeries by yourself, bringing down your own self. Because the truth is, when you're in a group, what the fuck you do, it reflects on the group. And right now, you're fucking up. And the rest of the group ain't liking that. And I've been sitting down here for too long, my body are gone numb. So, this is the end of this reading. I hope that you got something substantial from it. And I wish you guys the very best going forward. Until next time, my loves, take care of yourself and each other. That's what a secret society is all about. That's what a society is all about. In case you never know. I'm out.